mathematicians. Ready to do some more work? I am. I certainly am. Yeah, Pomodoro, 20 and 5. Let me know how it's going. Well, according to views, it seems to be going down. So I don't know. Episode 1 hit different, I guess. What was I doing there? So today I'm going to be focusing more on actual Schubert calculus, I think. And good morning, Arad. Using combinatorics to describe the singular locus of some Schubert varieties. The heater broke, and so now you're all smoky, and it's near freezing temperature in your room. Wait, why are you smoky? Did you start a fire in your room to keep warm? A rod. A rod. You didn't even do anything? We're going to talk about that later. Yeah, we're going to have to have a real serious conversation about that later. I think that's just Canada maxing, Boris. TBH. It's just Canada maxing. Probably want Jippity on this one. Probably want to use some Jippity. Back up at the start of my talk with Jippity. Okay, is everyone ready? Is everyone ready? I think I'll probably also want that book, 3264. Don't I prefer working with MikTeX? Nope, I don't. Thanks for asking, though. Yeah. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let's get to work then, I guess. Oh, I should use my phone to keep track of the time. Okay, let's see. Let's see. How do I turn off the red light, the blue light filter? Okay. Let us. The doctor is in indeed. Thank you very much. Always bad at math. Hopefully your username is a lie. I believe your username is a lie. Then again, unless we're taking the perspective that all humans are bad at math, then I agree. You finally got your lean blueprint working on GitHub. Whoa. Yet another Eisenbad Harris book, yeah. Do you record qual videos during Pomodoro while freezing? Yeah, sounds fun. Okay. Well, maybe thinking hard about qual problems will warm you up. You never know. Okay, let's get to it. Let us get to it. doesn't look. I don't know if they talk about the singular locus. is the source I want. Hmm. What about the singular locus? Actually, I am curious how this applies to determinantal varieties. How are they using Schubert varieties? Oh, interesting. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, This is. I think this is what I want. There's a bunch of other notation that comes first. Degree 1 heads of type LW. Oh, okay. Study time's up. Study time is up. Oh, how's everyone doing? Yeah, Phi, I don't know what your complaint is about it saying a fundamental theorem says. I mean, it's trained on human data. That's a very normal human thing to say. So, and certainly was a theorem I heard about before it said that. Imagine doing your PhD and then researching about some grassman. Yeah, well, it's real. And I don't have to imagine. I'm living it, baby. I'm living it. And to be fair, uh, you know, Calgary is covered in snow right now. So this is, this is my best way of touching grass. Hello, Fimno and Shankar. Mathematicians are better at making kids of different mathematical fields than having actual kids, and thank God. Let's keep it that way. Did I have to get used to studying PDFs? Yes. You have no choice if you want to go forward in math. Of course, you can print out PDFs. I do that often, but you can't print them all out. Might be worth looking for better service guys, because 2/3 last time, 2 to 3 last times, they serviced something that broke within days. Well, maybe it's advice to other people. Always get better service guys. Yeah, one can always. It is not realistic. It is simply not realistic to print the number of PDF documents that I consult on a daily basis. Touch grass manians could be a shirt. Ooh. Boris Eugenius. I have a big to-do list. I have a very big to-do list. PDFs are a nightmare, really? I don't understand why. The format is incredibly slow. It doesn't make sense to me. You studied Bourbakian French while not speaking French? And that went faster? That's silly. That's silly. That's the silliest thing you possibly could have said. You're watching a study with me while recording one. Nice. Is yours live? Can I go see it? Can we do some sort of, Indra's net type looking at each other's live stream? How is there not just a free PDF of this book floating around? Ugh. And how do I not have it already? I swear I have this book. Did I spell it right? E-A-U-X. Oh, I shouldn't be working right now. I shouldn't be working. It's break palm, damn it. Maybe a condition of sort. You get nauseous while looking at PDFs? What? Yeah. What about reading books when you turn the page? Does it make you queasy? Oh, work time. Hello, Ken. Doesn't seem to be there on the topology of algebraic varieties. I'm just looking for some good, clean exposition on the singular locus. I mean, well, I guess I have that one other book. Well, maybe I'll look at this paper. I was worried for a second I was a robot. Is this the same paper? Yeah. I don't think this is what I want. Oh. Oh, irreducible components. That's fine. I don't need that. Where do they explain what the set SG is? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I thought SG completely determined the singular locus. Okay. I don't think that's gonna help. Okay, what's that other paper? Oh yeah, what's this one? Okay, well, let's just make some general notes, I guess. Okay, break time. Break time. Do, 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 do. Currently studying using Hammock's book. I am not currently studying using Hammock's book, but um, that is good that you are. I heard it's a good book. I've never really used it. The used iPad with a matte screen protector and metal pen tip for a while felt pretty similar to paper. Yeah, like these books. This is all I use. I mean, I'm not really reading it in depth that fast, but I'm scanning the pages quickly to see if the things I want are there. Also, what do you semi-simple in what context? Because there's all sorts of mathematics, all sorts of objects in mathematics, different objects that have semi-simple. But of course, something like a Lie algebra has several different definitions of semi-simple. And yes, there's a T-Fay theorem. The Levy subgroup is the centralizer. Yes. I think they're usually like the centralizer of a semi-simple element or something like that. Yeah. There's different definitions. I mean, certainly Lie algebras have different classifications of the semi-simple stuff. Currently studying differentials with your prof's notes. Hell yeah. Should we go look at Reddit or something during the break? I should download this paper. I'll do that during the work sesh. I gotta go to the washroom though. Okay. Your name doesn't sound mathematical. Well, what does it mean to sound mathematical? What does it mean to sound mathematical? Yeah, what's happening on Math Reddit this morning? Don't forget to smell the roses. Got my PhD on your second postdoc over a decade. Drastically changed. People moved on with their lives. Anxiety of what now? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I feel all of that. Same, bestie. Same. Not say I haven't had great times. Top 5 prestigious position. God damn, boy. But this is at a cost. I regret not slowing down and spending more time with my family. So much is so different now. A lot can happen in a decade. Oh, well, time to get back to work. I guess we'll come back to this life advice in the next break. Conversely, if this is in here, then what am I trying to say? And actually, here's a question. How do they label their flags? Is F1 one-dimensional? It should be, right? Yeah. Yeah, F1 is one-dimensional. That should just be a single flag, though, right? Oh, right. It's EPFQ. It's EPFQ. Right. Okay. Boop. what do we want for the other one? So basically, we should get the condition that we'd have no intersection with EI, right? So there should be something like right, so there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing in here. It should be dimension 0. Great. Great. And I don't think I'll do it now, but of course, it would be good. Would be good to do a 3D example. Okay. Break time. Break time. Is that Palm 4 already? I use Text Studio. I mean, I also use Overleaf sometimes, but currently using Text Studio. We did 3 palms, I guess. Coming up on 4. In what program? Yeah. What else do you guys talk about? Measure theory, dry. How about showing? How about classifying rotation and variant measures on the sphere using using the Langlands correspondence? How about that? Does that sound dry to you? Doesn't sound dry to me. Doesn't sound dry to me. But then again, nothing does, except for the other things that sound dry to me. There's definitely a little bit of differential geometry involved in my PhD. But certainly not the focus. There's a saying from a movie, don't let nostalgia be in your way to success. This thing is every quote or take. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a very individual thing. I think that could be true for some people, but obviously not for this person here. So, from this Reddit post, so I don't know. Yeah. So the volume measure? What do you mean by the volume measure? What do you mean by that? What can happen in a decade? Make sure to take time to slow down for whatever non-academic things matter to you. Yeah, again, you know, this is why I feel, I do give advice sometimes based on my own experience, but then the thing is, like, I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there feeling the opposite way, and in some sense, I feel the opposite way. Like I should have worked harder. No. I did not, and I sincerely regret this. I feel anxiety when breaks come up because I will be visiting home. It really sucks that nothing is normal anymore. Visiting home can change significantly after a decade. Yeah. 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 If I'm gonna be a little contentious, none of the super abstract math you do actually matters in a tangible sense. I agree with this. That's not debatable. People should start considering if a PhD at 23 is actually good for them. Oh God, Fim, no. Oh God. Oh, please don't do the math on when I started my PhD. Yeah, the problem is when you're 23, your brain is maybe close to being fully developed. So, I don't know if you have the cognitive ability to accurately judge if it's a good idea. Did I have the cognitive ability to judge if it was a good idea yet an even later age? I don't know. Yeah, how did you know Leo started at 40, ended at 60, and here we are. So what if you resolve a conjecture hundreds of the best mathematicians couldn't? LOL. Okay. Okay. I don't think this person did that. Yeah, if you could, you'd probably have enough money to spend a lot of time with your family. Anyways, time to get back to work. We'll come back to this post again, I think. slash text boyfriend. I'll answer. I'll talk about questions during the break. Was this a typo? Should this be the closure of X V? I think it's a typo. It's gotta be right. Oh, closure. Wait, XV is the closure of, yeah. So, I think I could write it this way. I don't talk about the avoidance pattern in here. Hi, nothing at all. Welcome. Okay, let's go over here. What the hell am I reading? Um. Hmm. Brother, I'm still struggling with synthetic division. Okay, I'm gonna try going back to Jippity for a second. And I'm gonna clear out the old chat and ask again fresh. Actually, yeah, it's probably just easier if I write this out myself. Or the W. I don't understand the notation. Why is. What is W1 up to WN? Are those supposed to be simple reflections? Oh, I guess those are number. Right, those are just the numbers. Right. Wait, what? What? Among these four numbers, the relative sizes. Third, fourth, second, first? Ah. Right. 2 is the first. No, but 3 would be the second, not the third. I'm confused. Baby, I'm confused. Baby, you can't stop me from being confused. Consider this other example. I think we're on a long break now, are we not? We're on a long break. It's time to yap. And go to the bathroom again, probably, because I drink a lot of coffee and water. What have y'all been yapping about? Well, I've been busy working. Sorry for working. Soon I'll be twerking. You're not leaving the stream just because you're not smart enough to be here. Amen. Amen. It's whether you want to see the world, spend time with friends, enjoy your youth. Yeah, I don't know. There's actually a very cool fast computer algorithm for division of polynomials. Ooh. Instead of pondering some PDF till 4 a.m. every second day and not see daylight for weeks because you can't prove your lemma. I don't know. As someone who really experienced life, let's say, one way to put it, that sounds more attractive to me in retrospect. The tendency you notice in undergrad students is they attribute too much importance to knowing everything at all times and worrying too much about struggling with non-conceptual math. Yeah, I don't know if I've noticed that, but maybe. You're not living the life of enjoying your youth at 20, and you have no idea how you would do it if you could be born again. Yeah, good. That's solid reasoning to me. You can't miss something that you never experienced, I guess. Is that from the Dead Poets Society? I think that's a quote from Robin Williams in the Dead Poets Society, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'd stay alive forever to study science. But analysis is the ultimate objective. Yeah. Where do you find good books? What do you call good books? On something that rhymes with bliblen. You don't think you've read a single math book from cover to cover? Yeah, no, I mean, neither have I. Neither have I. We need new tools and ability to access new perspective to solve Borel conjecture. I don't even know what the Borel conjecture is. Baum-Kahns and Borel is what Georg referenced. You could die from cringe if you did math work? What? If yapping was a degree, would I be a PhD? I don't know. Am I actually that good at yapping? I mean, I'm a hobbyist, I would say. Yeah. As Epstein said. If I lived forever, at what age would I become leading expert in my research? I don't know. I'd probably still be behind. Forever. Yeah. Yeah. Let's return this post after a brief stretching of the legs. Okay. What's going on, gang? What's going on? Oh, you guys debating politics? Are you debating politics? Left is a side of evil, right? Left or right? Doing math is confusing, and they said being confused is cringe. Yeah, but he who is afraid of being cringe can never be truly based, so consider that. Last week, a few new SI human, I guess that was supposed to be AI, collaboration papers appeared to archive by a Google group. This says they use custom Gemini model called whatever, and the model sounds very strong, though not open access. Someone should open it. Sloane's conjecture? I don't even know Sloane's conjecture. The moment we get the same structural sophistication analysis as we have in algebraic geometry, we will reach closer to heaven. Maybe, but also maybe analysis is just inherently a different beast. Like in some sense, you could describe algebra as the study of structural things, and analysis as the study of detailed things. So I think by definition, there will always be math that's structural, and there will always be math that's nitty gritty, and I think this will always just be the case. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what some other people are saying about this. Kind of hard to have this perspective at times. I just hear so many terrible things about the job market. As someone halfway through grad school, I'm seeing senior grad students either doing excellent or coming up with nothing. Yeah. And it just really feels like being able to stop and smell the roses is a luxury afforded to geniuses. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, you know what helps you spend some time with your family? Having money. Having money to travel to see them. You were asking about doing a PhD in applied math for quant research. Is that valid? Yeah. Like, does anyone know anything about the industry? Yeah. My understanding is that you should probably go to a target school for that. But I actually recommend that's what everyone do. If I was young again, that's what I would do. I would go be a quant and then retire at 30 and then do all the math I want and spend all the time with family. When we find structure in details is when we become truly based. I don't know, I guess. What would it be, though? The analog for scheme, some measure space that also has a variety structure? Yeah. I think it just means big structural theorems. The problem on abstraction level near axioms is there is no structure, more details? Huh? Anywho, I guess let's get back to work. Let's go Palm 5, baby. 5 of 4. Shouldn't be possible mathematically. Why is the relative order... Okay, yeah, 4 is the third thing. 2 is the second. 5 is the fourth. Okay, I think the first example is wrong. But this example makes sense. 4, 2, 5, 1, 3... 3241. Ah, right. Wait, 5-2. I see. It's so funny that Jibbity keeps just keeps trying to find non-trivial things, and it just ends up being or examples that just end up being. It just gives up. Okay. Yeah, but I have to make sure no one's. I have to be monitoring chat to make sure no one's saying crazy stuff and ban people for saying crazy stuff. So I do have to keep an eye on chat. I'm suddenly realizing this might be harder than I thought. This may be hopeless. Oh dear God. Okay. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I thought the multi-segment right triangle conversion happened here. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah, here's some examples. Right. Right. Those are multiplicities. And let's see. The triangle should be. We could do it this way, I guess. Wait, but I don't like. That is the end of that. Yeah. Lots of yapping going on from all y'all. Hey, what are you yapping about? Telling me how to do my job? Analysis is the study of cool structures. Algebra is the study of structures that sometimes suck. Galois analysis? I don't know what that is. P-adic analysis is a thing. Arithmetic with Fourier analysis. We must go beyond measures. I don't know. I feel like measures are here to stay. You're scared of getting QED? It could happen at any second. So you should be afraid. You were thinking MIT. What do you mean find a targeted school? No, I mean there's certain schools that are known to be feeder schools for quant. And I'm sure MIT would get you in the door. But there's certain schools you should look at Dimitri Blanco's channel. You know, he talks about there's certain schools that are like known feeder schools where people go there and then they go to Jane Street, you know. So you should try and go there. I mean, I'm sure MIT would be fine, but I think there's other like more specific target schools. I mean, I'm sure any top 5 would be fine, but yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Mention Big Bang Theory one more time on this stream, and I'll ban you for 60 seconds. uh, talk with profs, yeah. I mean, that's definitely number 1. You used to just pass, but now you're paying attention to your GPA. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. This friendly lecture of linear algebra you had, and he has some papers done that you couldn't understand, of course. Just don't know what you'd tell him. Well, getting good letters of recommendations is about building relationships with people, not telling them things. Other math PhDs are older, and you couldn't even find their papers. REUs are summer research programs. But I mean, I don't think an REU is as important for you to do. If you're interested in quant, you should be doing like internships. I mean, you can do REUs in finance as well, but you should be focused more on, practical things like internships and stuff. Yeah. It was the best math book I've ever read. I do love Alufi. Alufi's Algebra Chapter 0 is pretty good. I do love Vakil's book, although I can't pretend to have read good chunks of it. Yeah, Luffy's really a delight. I don't know. What is the best? I'm kind of looking over. Well, probably Roger Penrose's Road to Reality. One of the greatest books ever written, ever, actually. I don't know if you really count that as a math book, but I do. Dimitri. I mean, if you just look up Dimitri Quant Finance YouTube, you'll find him. Do I know abelian groups under Galois representations? What? I don't understand the question. Which are homomorphic to Gaussian Riemann decision trees? I have no idea what you're talking about. An abelian group under a Galois representation? I don't know what it means to be an abelian group under a Galois representation. And I also don't know what a Gaussian Riemann decision tree is and how a group could be... What does it mean to say a group is homomorphic? Do you mean homeomorphic as a topological group? Machine learning? What? Decision? I don't see how what you're saying could make sense. But I'm open to being proven wrong. Galleon? I prefer Luffy. Galleon's good. It gets some flack, but I prefer Luffy. Luffy's goated. Okay, time to go back to work. I don't like these indexing choices, though. Put it the other way. Well, I appreciate your kind warnings. I think I've been quite productive, regardless of monitoring chat. Um, is this singular? Hang on. 0112. Yeah. Yeah. Singular. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna define this the other way. I think. Yeah. But it's actually only defined by this. For I less than or equal to j. I guess my matrix is indexed 0 to n. No. Yeah. I guess my matrix is indexed 0 to n. Computer scientist time. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Right. It's actually bunch of values of because RII, you define RII to be NI. Oh, okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Maybe I should crunch out some examples using CoCalc. Maybe I should crunch out some examples using CoCalc. Break time. Time for another break. Time for another break. Yeah, Nerdy Quagsire, I'm not late. I've just been working hard. I've been streaming for 2 hours. 2.5 hours or something. OBS says it's been 2.5 hours, but I don't know. Is that actually true? I don't think that's actually true. I don't think I've done that many. Or maybe I have. I don't know. I can't count. Do I believe AI will take over research at some point? I don't know what that means. I think research will adapt. Will it take over the research we're doing now? Maybe. But then I think people are still gonna do other stuff. Like researching more AI. So it could be. I don't know. You should crack open a Luffy now. Stick with Galleon. Stick with Galleon, but have a Luffy be your side piece. Today's Pomodoro is going quite long. It's called frickin' grinding. Yeah, it's not late, Nerdy Quagsire. We've just been at it. The way you work hard is so tough. Yeah, I'm a big tough boy. Big tough boy. You swear mathematicians should have artist names? Do we not? Am I not an artist? And is therefore my name not an artist name by default? How many people are here? I saw there was only 8 earlier. I'm like, come on, you stream math for that long? Is it only 8 people watching? What am I doing with my life? Only 8 people want to watch me suffer over Schubert variety calculations? Oh, okay, we're up to 12. Okay, that's better. There's more of you here. For this break time chatter. Yeah, should we go back to this Reddit post? This might be the last poem. I feel like doing one more poem, but I'm starting to get hungry. So might be time for a second breakfast soon. Yeah, current funding, Doom, hyperfocus, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is a good question. Do you think you would have ended up where you are now? Yeah. You'd be putting the fries in the bag. This innate desire to pursue. I know I use that. I kind of use that expression wrong, but you know what I meant. Most people in their deathbeds do not regret the things they didn't pursue. I don't know. You know what? You know what's interesting? We have all these sayings about what people do or don't regret on their deathbeds, and I'm sure that they're largely accurate. But you know, do we have any real data on what people are saying on their deathbeds? Probably. Real data from people on their deathbeds about what they regret or don't. Final stages of life. Yeah, okay. So there is real world data to back it up, which also like isn't surprising, I guess. Documented, yeah. Living authentically. Common regret about men is missing out on family life and companionship. Yeah, get out there and date, I guess. Get out there, boys. Tell the boys in chat, tell the men in chat. Express your feelings, I guess. Suppression of emotions, eh? Yeah. Realizing too late. This is a good one. Realizing too late that what happens is a choice, not a circumstance. I mean, it's kind of both. Let's be real. Okay, time to get back to work. One more palm, probably. Let's go. Let's see, where's my rank triangle class? Yeah, how do I do it? Dot matrix? How do I do that? Like this? Yeah, okay. And then no, that doesn't work. Oh, Z matrix. Should be a Z matrix. Yeah, dot Z matrix. I don't know what I was trying to do down here with this other stuff. That should be my Z matrix. Okay. So let me go check out some other examples. Dot rank triangle. Dot Z matrix. Shouldn't you just print out the matrix? There we go. Interesting. So this is what it should look like in general. Interesting. Interesting. This is a beautiful thing about code. It's now going to be so much easier for me to prove this now that my code tells me exactly what the matrices are like. God, code is so... Being able to program, even for abstract shit, is just so based. It's just so based. Oh my god. Literally everyone who can code is a god compared to Oily Boy. God, do I have to... Oh, right. I have to initialize... I have to initialize the symmetric group to do this, actually. I should have written my code in a more better way. But that's okay. I can copy this and make it work. How do I unindent again? I always forget. Shift tab. Oh, I messed up. Let's just see if that compiles. Okay, good. Nice. Nice. So what's the pattern here? What's happening here? We're doing math, baby. I should probably write code so that I don't have to do this next part by hand, but I'm going to. p-adic. Should this be S4 in the first case? Oh yeah, I guess it is. It is S4. Okay. 1 goes to 3. 1 goes to 2. 2 goes to 3. 3 goes to 2. 2 goes to 1. 2 goes to 3. 3 goes to 4. And that's it. Good morning, Raymond. Oh, that's a typo. Okay. 1 goes to 3. 3 goes to 2. 2 goes to 1. Oh my god, there's a pattern forming. Holy fuck. Coding is based. It would take me so long to even formulate this conjecture. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, let's shut up and keep going. 2 goes to 3. 3 goes to 4. 4 goes to 5. Ah, shit. It wasn't what I thought it was. Let's see. 1 goes to 2. 2 goes to 3. 3 goes to 2. 2 goes to 1. Okay. 2 goes to 3. 3 goes to 4. 4 goes to 5. Yeah. 5 goes to 4. 4 goes to 3. 3 goes to 2. Still there's something happening here. 2, 3. Probably 4 and 6 swap, I'd guess. 4 goes to 5. 5 goes to 6. Yeah. There's still hints that there's some theorem here. Okay. I don't know. Should I be done? I'm kind of on a roll. I am kind of cooking. Should I let myself cook for another palm yet? Should I let myself cook? Oh, maybe. Yeah, who is that person in chat who's saying, "Oh, I shouldn't be watching chat"? Look how much I'm getting done. Look how much I'm getting done. Look how much I've gotten done this morning. This has been great. This has been great. Why not keep cooking? Am I right? How many of y'all are cooking? What are y'all working on? 11. Well, we lost one, I guess. We lost one of y'all. The 11 of you that are here. How hard are you cooking? What are you working on? I think there's also the point that you should enjoy the privilege you get. If you're a doctor, life will be different. Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess we've all heard this post. We've seen what this post has to say. You should be studying the roses for symmetrical diagnosis and Fibonacci sequences. What? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, whatever, I guess. Like, whatever. Derived functor that isn't ext or tor. Derived Tom. Right? That's not ext. Derived, yeah. What are other good derived functors? I mean, the group cohomology is the derived fixed point functor. But I guess I guess you could cook those things up as being special forms of ext or tor. What? What was this person talking about? I just got a comment. Okay, let me see. Let me see what they had to say. Derived push forward and pull back. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sheaf theory. Yeah. Man, this is some comment I made a year ago. Oh my god. Wait, new user. That's not... What? Oh, I wasn't a new user a year ago. Yeah, I mean, I was probably wrong. I was probably wrong. What can you say? What can you do? What can you do? Oh, wow. Almost time for another work sesh. You can't stop me from working. You can't keep a doctor down. This doctor is gonna keep on the work grind. Keep on the work grind, and that's just how it is. You can't stop me from crushing it. Hi, Jeff. 5 goes to 2. 6 goes to 4. Goes to 3. 2, 6 goes to 4. Yeah. Okay. Bye, SCP. Goes to 3. 2 goes to 4. 3 goes to 1. Of course. I'll answer chat during breaks. Finding a pattern in this does seem hard, though. But we have nicely structured matrices, so let's keep cooking. Why is it? There we go. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. There's definitely structure. Oh, wait, that's weird. No, I don't like that. Oh God, please tell me that's a bug in my code or something. I was not expecting the matrix to look like that. What the fuck? Hmm. That is strange. Wait, am I? Wait a second. We can always factor it into disjoint transpositions. That's silly. That's silly. Hmm. Well, okay. Maybe maybe that's it for now. I feel that's a natural stopping point. I sort of got defeated by something I found in my code, which I don't know. There's a part of me that wonders like, oh, is there a bug somewhere or something? All the other answers I've ever gotten from my code have been correct, so I tend to think not. But then these matrices are really weird. Um, these matrices are really weird. Yeah. Maybe it's time for second breakfast. I guess it's almost lunch. How effective is Pomodoro proven? I mean, I got a lot of work done today. There's a lot of stuff that I added to this document. I did a lot of thinking. So it's been a pretty productive morning, I would say. I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna continue to have a productive day. Do I think Chinese people have advantage in math because they learn characters? Is there a language where you don't learn characters? I mean, every written language is made using characters. So I wouldn't suspect. I mean, maybe you like. It's not crazy to me the premise that the grammatical rules or whatever of certain languages may cause someone to be better at worse at certain cognitive tasks or something. But I don't know as I feel like that's a very hard study to do, right? Because how do you eliminate all other variables? That's tough. So I have a hard time imagining one could ever gain strong evidence for or against such a claim. I'm glad that you enjoy studying with me, Jeff. I'm using CoCalc. That's what I'm programming in CoCalc. Which is basically just an online version of Sage. If you recall correctly, LLMs used to perform better on certain math tasks when you'd ask them to think in Chinese. Interesting. But I don't think. I mean, whether that may or may not be the case. I don't know. Like if that's true, I don't see how that. Like I wouldn't expect that to therefore translate to humans. You know what I mean? Um, Dense embedding of a single character. Yeah, I guess maybe if the individual characters contain a lot of information. I mean, yeah. Again, it's not a totally out there. Not the most insane hypothesis I've ever heard, but like, I think it would be very hard to establish such a thing, right? Speaking of the last Reddit post, do I feel I've managed to keep up with hobbies outside of education? Well, in my first couple of years of my PhD, I think I was doing a lot of hobbies, generally speaking, but I've definitely dropped more extracurricular activities and I wish I had done that sooner, to be honest. Um, yeah, I mean, math is such a hobby for me. I started a YouTube channel because math is also a hobby. I mean, I play piano. I try to practice at least 15 minutes a day, if not more. Piano. You know, and I don't know if you could call like taking care of yourself, like going to the gym and running, a hobby. Definitely not Mac. I'm definitely on Windows. Yeah. Anyways, I think that'll do it for today. Nice long work sesh. Time to get some food and then get back to work. So, but maybe on different things. I'll save more work for on this for tomorrow. So thank you all for joining me, and QED.